cut right over that. And another one.
No worries.
Look at that. Cut on that.
Yeah. No worries. And you're playing for the draw, are you?
Oh, yeah.
No, is the answer. So let's have some more specificity to this.
Yeah.
So we want the ball to go finish towards the 250.
Yeah.
And we want to draw it.
Yeah.
Cool. So, recognising the face and path principles we had earlier, where are you going to sense you're swinging it to, roughly?
Out. So, basically, same sort of place.
Yeah.
A bit further left, but like
that space over there on the right hand side of the range.
Those lovely chaps over there.
Yeah, exactly. Haven't seen it.
It's going exactly where I've aimed. It did try.
It drew a little bit. Obviously, there's a left to right wind, so it's not going to.
You have to really, really exaggerate it if I'm going to get it to draw in this.
Yeah, well, there might be a few things going on that are stopping you from doing it so much. Yeah? So set up. And are you making a bit of an effort to sort of have this slant?
Yeah.
We don't really need that.
Okay.
To start with anyway, because we're going to go there in our swing, and you do this already. So with that 1, 2, 3, and you're loaded on 3, and then you push and you pop, you get that anyway. Okay. And also with your tendency to sort of stay on the back foot, yes, we could be further behind with a driver because we're hitting on the up, but we still don't want to be generally playing off the back foot. We are gonna shift because we want to load up the left for you to push, as you have been doing brilliantly for the last couple of hours, but we're still going to be there and then push. It's just going to happen a bit earlier. So instead of a long shift with a really late release, it might just feel a bit less of a shift. You're still going to shift, but still a shift and maybe a bit quicker out of it.
Right.
So that, and the point of that is, these clubs are entirely different. You know, with an iron, so that's our hitting area, the black tape. So what you were doing is hitting it really lovely and late and on the downward part of the arc. And this is a representation of our path at this moment in time when we're striking. So if we're sort of swinging in that direction, because we're hitting it on the downward part of the arc, it's helping us naturally to draw the ball, really. So the path is sort of out to the right, even though we're swinging in that direction. With this, we're hitting it on the up, and notice what happens to the path as soon as we start hitting it on the upward part. It goes left.
Yeah.
Also, this swing is shallower, and it goes even more left. We're going to need to take this whole swing direction further right. But there's things that are going to help us. So we can start with a more neutral setup, as in just without doing this. Yeah, as you are now, perfect. Yeah, ball position is good. You tend to, and do you remember you were talking about your posture earlier?
Yeah.
Look where your chest aligned to.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So you can kind of realign yourself, so you don't need to move the feet around, but you can kind of, I'm exactly the same. When I feel like I'm sort of set up square to a target, I'm way left of it.
Right.
So just a bit of closing off the rib cage, if you like. The pelvis might move a little bit, so just sense about closing it off. It's just going to help bring the direction of your swing further to the right, rather than cutting across it. And then I'll give you a visual cue. So that's your target. We're swinging here.
Wow. Okay.
But without the feet for now. We can bring the feet around later if we want. Sure. See it?
Yeah. Well,
Beautiful little draw.
20 yards left to the 250.
20 yards left to the 250, which is telling us, which is brilliant, face to path, release, everything. Did it feel well struck?
I've got more in me, I think. But
yeah, but it looked fairly well struck.
I would absolutely take that shot. Yeah,
absolutely. Cool, so we'll go again.
I can't believe the ball set off in that direction. When
when you were feeling you're swinging it in this direction, absolutely. So we'll go again, and just sense, so this is a much shallower lie angle, which was what I was saying, hands down a bit, that's it. And it's a much shallower club, which requires hitting on the up and out. So it's probable that in order to do that, as we were talking about the corresponding place on the way back with your iron earlier, well, if we want to get this club swinging out and up, well, you know, it's probably going to be from round here somewhere. It's going to be shallower. So the iron's up here because we're going to then hit down on the ball, but hitting up on the T-peg, it's going to come from sort of more somewhere around this space, it's a deeper range of motion and it's coming up. So just think about the corresponding place on the way back for when you're swinging, sort of this direction, if you like. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And then just that swishing just a bit earlier than what we were doing.
Exactly. So we're over here again. So having a look up, looking at the target, looking at the hoop, swinging right of the hoop. Better, much better. So just give me the club for a sec. So if your wife was running after you in the street and shouting your name, and you were just to turn round without moving your feet, you would just turn round and look at her, she said, George. Yeah, cool. And come back, and again, oi George.
Speaking in the third person.
Yeah. Oi George, go again. There you go, and hold it there, don't move a muscle. Now, we just keep that there and look back where the ball would be on the sort of T-peg or around here somewhere, and you can just sort of bend forward from here, laterally flex forward, that's it. So does that feel different in terms of rotation on the way back?
Yes.
So this is a bigger club, takes a, relax. Takes a bigger range of motion, especially if we want to play the draw and get it out to the right. You just haven't been rotating round that much, and then it can't really get right from there. Like I was saying earlier, if we don't rotate much on the way back, we're probably going to have to do more on the way through.
Yeah.
We'll experience a bit more what it's like to really rotate on the way back, which will help us be able to get that.
Yeah, that
path
imitation
out to the
you
right.
did of my swing is how it feels when I'm...
A couple of practice swings, just exploring that depth of space behind you that you've got to rotate into. Yes.
Nice.
Feel how much more than you're able, exactly, and then follow through on this practice swing, but kind of towards me. Yes. Look at the finish. Much more sort of like in that direction than that direction. And again, awesome. Well done. Look at this finish as well. Straight left leg. Do you remember at the start of the session and you were like, it can't straighten?
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And that ankle, great mobility, it's wonderful. So imagine I'm there with the hoop. We're going to do the same thing. You go deep into that space behind, shift, extend, club will come.
Okay.
Hi guys, just a quick message about our upcoming trip to Turkey. We've had 2 international trips already. Turkey last year, Abu Dhabi a couple of weeks ago. Fantastic successes. Looking forward to our next one, which is back in Turkey. We're so happy with that resort. We were blown away last time. The Gloria Resort, 5-star. It's 5 nights, 4 full days of coaching and playing with myself and the team. There's myself and Sam and George on the range coaching, short game, full swing, putting, and then on the golf course there's Foz and Belty for the tour player experience. You get a chance to play, practice, spend time with us, first evening meet and greet, and then every evening we all eat together, breakfast together. It's a fully immersive week in the whole coaching system. I hope you can make it. It's the 26th of March and we hope to see you there. There's 12 places, so please be quick.
There you go.
Oh.
That's a great drive.
Oh.
Ball just dropped out of the air, unfortunately, but did you see it?
Yeah, I got it.
Awesome. And again. Yeah. Loads of power in it. Jesus Christ.
Wow. The rotation back.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I think that actually the visualisation of what you said, pretty easy, my wife shouting from behind, is definitely giving a bit more like effortless power back. It feels like I'm by doing that.
Well, we're back to where we sort of started. Do you remember when we were dropping and then popping, and it's that
Swish, yeah.
and it's just your body movement that's leading. So remember, I was saying the body is always leading the club. It's like a game of chess. It is like 3-4 moves ahead of what your club head's doing at all times. So you're there and it's just reacting, and then you're here and jumping and it's just reacting.
Okay.
Which is why it feels more effortless, because of course there is effort. I mean, you're hitting this like 250 yards on the fly, so there's got to be effort, but where's it coming from? If it's coming from the wrists and the hands and the shoulders and the arms, they're not huge muscles. These, much bigger muscles, if we're using these to generate the power, feels far more effortless. Yes.
Well done. Good drive.
Brilliant. How's that feel?
Yeah, much much better. Much
And
better.
how's that in relation to how your drives usually go?
No, not like that. Bit lower ball flight,
Yeah.
ball flight less spinny.
Yeah.
Beautiful. That was
That's
drawing.
Just, yeah, that's just the wind. I mean, you can feel how heavy it is now, can't you?
That's felt.
The wind just
Right
peeled it
on.
off a little bit. Really get it travelling out to this space, that club head.
Yeah.
Almost, it would be good. Try and play a hook.
Right.
So like we're going way out here, and you're snapping that face close with a release. Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
To get that
Yes.
draw in that wind.
Absolutely brilliant. Well done. But notice how you felt like you were hitting a hook, and it was just a beautiful little draw.
Yep. Okay.
That is a lot to do with the wind, but that's something to play around with on the range. So I would really suggest, especially with driver, that you play around with the two extremes. So you play some hooks, but a hook that starts right of your target line, right? So you pick something in the distance and try hitting hooks that start right, and try hitting slices that start left. And everything in between, every golf shot you'll ever want is somewhere in between those two extremes.
Okay.
But just really, and in that way you'll get a really good awareness for separating face and path to a huge extent, and then conversely to a small extent, and then you can kind of start to refine your shape, more shape, less shape, whatever you want. Go on, last couple,
Yeah.
hit some rippers, really let go on this one. Yes, look
Oh.
at that for a drive. Wow, George. That's so good.
That is not my drive either. That's absolutely not ball flight I would ever hit.
Yeah, that was low piercing.
Yeah.
So if the wind was reversed and into us, okay, yeah, of course, wind into, you're going to drop a bit of distance, but you're certainly not going to drop as much distance as those high floaty ones that you were hitting before. Oh,
Wow.
wow. That's money.
Wow.
That's very good, George. We'll leave it there if that's all right.
Mate. Appreciate that. Thank
Well
you.
done. That was
Cheers,
awesome.
Well done, mate.
Nice one.
Happy with that?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
I'm just looking forward to being able to work on it and actually.
Yeah, and having some actual stuff to work on.
Yeah, as opposed to just another ball out the bag.
Exactly.
Another ball out the bag.
Exactly. Now you've got that diagnostic, mechanism, then you can go using it at the range, and it'll just be refined and refined and refined.
Yeah.
Cool, George.
Cheers, bud. Nice one.
Once again, thank you
Thank
very
you.
much.
Ciao.
Cheers, mate.